गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम हमारी फ्लेमिंगो बुक का दूसरा लेसन लोस्ट स्प्रिंग स्टोरीज ऑफ स्टोलन चाइल्डहुड पढ़ेंगे। ये लेसन अनीश जंग के द्वारा लिखा गया है। अनीश जंग एक फीमेल राइटर है, इंडियन राइटर है। उसके द्वारा ये लेसन ये जो लोस्ट स्प्रिंग है लिखा गया है। Anish Jung is a famous writer of India and born in Rourkela. She spent her childhood in Hyderabad and got education from Hyderabad and USA. This lesson, Lost Spring, is taken from her book Lost Spring Stories of Stolen Childhood. Now we come to the title, Lost Spring. As you know, lost, it means to lose something. Spring, here childhood has been compared to spring. जो चाइल्डहुड है, बचपन है, उसकी तुलना स्प्रिंग से की गई है, क्योंकि बचपन में जो जीवन होता है बहुत ही खुशी से भरा होता है, उसमें किसी प्रकार की चिंताएं वगैरह नहीं होती। लेकिन इस लेसन के अंदर कहा गया है लोस्ट स्प्रिंग, इसका मतलब लोस्ट चाइल्डहुड, अभी खोया हुआ बचपन। वो किस कारण है कि उन सब गरीब बच्चों की जो ज़िंदगी के अंदर इतनी कठिनाइयाँ वगैरह है, उनके कारण इसको लोस्ट स्प्रिंग मीन्स लोस्ट चाइल्डहुड के बारे में है। तो in this lesson the writer gives a realistic picture of poor children, and this story is divided into two parts. In part 1 there is life of poor rag pickers presented through a character Sahib, and second part, life of poor Bengal makers of Firozabad, which is presented through the story of Mukesh. First we discuss about its main protagonist of first part, Sahib. Sahib belongs to a poor family of rag pickers. He scrounges the garbage dumps. वो जो कूड़े के ढेर है उनके अंदर कुछ ढूंढता रहता है। He has come with his family from Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh, and the writer comes to know from him that his full name is Sahib-e-Alam. Sahib-e-Alam means Lord of Universe. साहिब मतलब साहब, ए सारे, आलम संसार, यूनिवर्स यानी कि लॉर्ड ऑफ यूनिवर्स, ब्रह्मांड का मालिक। दिस नेम इज इटसेल्फ आयरनिकल बिकॉज हिज नेम मीन्स लॉर्ड ऑफ यूनिवर्स, whereas he leads a life of utter poverty. वो बहुत ही गरीबी का जीवन व्यतीत करता है। And he roams in the streets with other rag pickers. He always remains barefoot and he cannot afford chappals or shoes. So Sahib-e-Alam, the name is itself ironical. Then the writer tells us about the life of rag pickers through Sahib. The rag pickers live in Shimapuri, which is a dirty colony in the outer Delhi, or we can say on the periphery of Delhi. About 10,000 rag pickers live there. Their houses are made of mud and roofs are made of tin and tarpaulin. They are devoid of sewage and running water. They have no identity or permits. They have only ration cards to buy grain and to cast vote. They have transit homes. It means their houses are temporary, and wherever they find food, they settle. Then the author meets another day with Sahib. She meets him outside a club. There, Sahib was watching a game of tennis. He was wearing tennis shoes, which were discarded by some rich boy. He also tells writer Anish Jung that he is now working in a tea stall, but he also tells her that he is not happy. He gets 800 rupees plus meal, but he is not happy because he has lost his freedom. He has lost his carefree look, and he is no longer his own, a master of his own wishes. अपनी खुद की इच्छाओं का मालिक नहीं है. तो ये लो स्प्रिंग का पहला पार्ट जो कि रैग पिकर के माध्यम से हमें बताया गया है. जो राइटर है अनीश जंग, वो हमें साहिब के माध्यम से रैग पिकर्स जो है, जो दिल्ली के बाहरी क्षेत्र में रहते हैं, सीमापुरी क्षेत्र में रहते हैं, उनके जीवन के बारे में हमें बताया गया. लाइफ ऑफ बेंगल मेकर्स इन फिरोजाबाद इज प्रेजेंटेड थ्रू ए कैरेक्टर मुकेश एंड हिज फैमिली. मुकेश lives in Firozabad and he has high dreams. As you know, Firozabad is famous for its bangle making. It is the center of glass blowing factory in India. Mukesh wants to become a motor mechanic. Then the writer describes the life of Firozabad. She comes to know that 20,000 children work in Bengal factory. The workers work in dark cell without air and light. They live a miserable life. The writer visits Mukesh's house, which is in a dirty lane choked with garbage. His house is half built and its roof is covered with dry leaves. In this part, the writer described the life of Bengal makers through the members of Mukesh's family. She tells us that their house is small and all the members of the family are living in that house. A frail woman, weak woman is working there. She is Mukesh's brother's wife, elder brother's wife. वो मुकेश की भाभी है. Mukesh's father is a poor bangle maker. He has spent his whole life in bangle making, yet he has not been able to renovate his house. He also could not send his children to school. He could only teach his sons art of bangle making. Mukesh's grandfather had also gone blind from the polish of bangles. Then the writer described a small girl also. Through her, the writer wants to show that small children are also working as a helping hand to their parents. She describes Mukesh's sister Sarita. She is wearing dull pink dress and sitting alongside of an elderly woman. She is welding pieces of glass. The author or the writer wonders whether she knows the sanctity or holiness of the bangles. The bangles symbolize Indian women's suhag, and it is considered auspicious in marriages. The writer says that she will realize this importance when she becomes a bride. Then the writer advises the bangle makers or a family of Mukesh to organize themselves in cooperatives, but they tell her that if they did so, the police would arrest them. Then the writer described two distinct worlds. One, the world of poor people who are living a miserable life, and the other, the world of moneylenders, middlemen, policemen, bureaucrats, and politicians. They all exploit the bangle makers. That's all about the second part of the lesson, the lost spring.